The announcement of the date of local government elections comes with heightened political activity, but the Democratic Alliance in Limpopo has its hands full because its leader has been suspended on fraud allegations. Now, the province will, or should I say the party, will not hold an elective congress until October, leaving the day-to-day running of the organization to an administrator. In 2019, the general elections at that time, the DA, you will remember, only obtained 3 seats in the provincial legislature. Let's speak now to Newzroom Afrika's Pelane, who is going to be in conversation in just a moment with the DA's campaign coordinator. Pelane, a very good morning to you. So how is the Democratic Alliance hoping to gain lost ground, in particular on the back of these allegations facing its leader there?
Well, definitely, Tony, and you would imagine that when the Democratic Alliance have always been the ones who are on the slogan that where they govern better, 1 and 2, that they will fight corruption to the teeth, and the Democratic Alliance leader in this particular province, unfortunately, that is Jack Smaller, has been named in allegations of fraud, and that is said he has been asked in this manner on the DA side really to step aside, and that because he has not done so, he has been suspended, and now perhaps to give us an indication on how they feel that the 27th of October will be coming through and how they want to be working towards gaining some lost ground. I'm joined now by Desiree van Der Walt. She is the provincial coordinator for the campaign. Desiree, thank you very much for making time to talk to us. But I think the first question is first. Jack Smaller suspended as the DA leader in the province. How will that, do you think, will definitely put on some pressure on ensuring that you gain some much needed votes for yourselves to increase the number of seats that you have in local councils?
Yeah. Well, firstly, I mean, any suspension of senior leadership or any other member is most unfortunate. But luckily in the party, when things go wrong, it gets investigated and we will await the outcomes. But we do have 2 very strong administrators, Dr. Annelie Lotriet and James Masangu, who's been an MP, member or one of the deputy federal chairpersons. And we are not members in the DA. We are actually members of an organization whose aim it is to govern and govern well. So we are focused on the election. We've got less than 6 months now, and it's going to be a tough call for all parties, not only for the DA, to make sure that we reach our goals in less than 6 months.
Tabazimbi, Mohopong, those are the municipalities that you govern, of course, with other parties. And in that said, do you think you'll be able to retain the power that you have in these particular municipalities, given the current challenges?
Yes, indeed. I think the challenges is like with any coalition. So first of all, we went into coalition Tabazimbi with the TRA, the Freedom Front ourselves, and in Modimolle Mokopong with the Freedom Front and the DA. And then in both municipalities, we had an agreement with the EFF as partners to help us come in, govern with us until the end of our 5-year term. And any coalition is challenging. We all have different ideas, and some items we agree and some items we don't. And it's been a tough 5 years. But the aim of that 5 years is to give hope to the citizens of these 2 municipalities. Is that when they are our opponents, which was the ANC, who was rattled with various complaints, there were SIU reports, other investigations, is to get in there, get our hands on the documents, and to try and govern with huge debts that we inherited of hundreds of millions in both these municipalities.
Yeah.
But
just to get in
we're
there,
gone.
Wasn't it that at some point that Modimolle Mokopong in itself was so, the finances there were so bad that the provincial government had to really step in? That is under your leadership. Was it something that I would say was corrupt from the leadership of the Democratic Alliance?
No, indeed not. It is how we inherited the bad finances. And you don't just jump from a disclaimer or adverse audit report to an unqualified. It takes some time because you have to make sure your systems is in accordance with the laws of finance, the Municipal Finance Management Act, etc., etc. And luckily, just recently, we received a qualified report, which now takes us to the next step, and that is unqualified and clean. Yeah. So, or unqualified up to going to a clean audit. So what it means is that it's going better. We inherited huge contracts that were illegal. We inherited legal cases of millions of rands. And to make sure that your internal audit system is in place, your finance department runs well, that you have insight into what's happening, that was crucial for us to get our hands on that. And that has now happened under the leadership of Mayor Marlene van Staden. And we are very exciting with the latest audit outcome. Very, very exciting.
Yeah, just to jump in though, you only got 3 seats in the general elections in 2019.
Correct.
And here in the province. So how do you think that you will fare now coming to the local government elections across the municipalities and the Polokwane metro itself, coming now to the 27th of October, given the challenges that you now face?
Well, I think we are doing what we are used to doing. We jumped from 2011 to 2016. In that election, we took over these 2 co-governing municipalities. We took 2 extra wards of the ANC in Lephalale. We took almost 3 other wards in Thabazimbi with just under 100 votes short. We took another ward from the ANC in Thabazimbi as well. And in Polokwane, hope to be the metro, we also added to our core of councillors. And I think that's the important thing. We are working house by house, village by village, ward by ward, and municipality by municipality, because this is about the caring issues, service delivery. We've got to get to the citizens, and they have to know the track record of governing of the Democratic Alliance across the country, Gauteng, Western Cape, etc.
Definitely, Desiree van der Walt speaking on behalf of the Democratic Alliance as the campaign coordinator ahead of the general elections, and saying that really we can't really compare the 2019 general elections where they performed, I would say, not as much as what they would have hoped to, gaining only 3 seats. And but in 2016 local government elections, they did quite well, having increased their seats in quite a number of municipalities in the province. They say now local government elections are coming on the 27th of October, and they feel that they will continue on that trajectory of the local government elections, perhaps not as much as the 2019 general elections, and obtaining only just 3 seats.
Phakgadi, thank you very much for that update. Live